Hello everyone, we're back with Fate Grand Order with the finale of the Götterdämmerung last belt. Last time we killed Cert, Ophelia died, which honestly I was expecting us to kill Ophelia. Like, I knew she died going into this. I just didn't know how she died. I figured, like, you know, we were fighting her and, you know, oops, we stabbed her a little. She died. But actually, so it's the exact opposite of what happened. She died helping us. Luckily, we can explain that one to Kristario when we get to him. Like, I did actually look up what the fights are this chapter because I didn't want to die to the tree again. Let's bring Merlin, why not? So, I mean, it's obvious who this is. There's two servants left, Skadi, Ortland. I vaguely remembered fighting Skadi here. I didn't remember Ortland being part of it though. I mean, it makes sense. Let's bring Vlad and... Okay, so we're gonna rush to kill Ortland. So let's bring a rider who can finish off Skadi, the Quetzalcoatl. Perfect. And... let's bring Kintoki. I don't get a use... Oh. Never mind, let's not bring Kintoki. Oh, Cha-Cha? You bring up Hercules. That's Cito and I helping us out. Let's switch him to the last slot, so in case he needs to go wild, you know. I haven't used him in a while, you know, ever since Fun 10. How much are you? 9? No way, dude. Anyway, looks good to me. Probably should have brought Merlin, huh, for bringing Vlad. It is what it is. Go beyond the twilight. And so the Scandinavian Losfelt was saved. The Shadow Border drove off into the sunset, and they all lived happily ever after. It would sure be nice if that's how it went, wouldn't it? Like, nothing is ever so easy, though. Excuse me. You're not from this village, are you? Oh, yeah, don't worry, I'm just three goddesses in one, don't mind me. I guess it's nice to meet you. Nerd is back to dying. Oh yes, likewise. That's right, come from the outside the big gate. But don't worry, there's no way the giants are getting in here. Oh yes, I know that. You wouldn't happen to be friends with Lady Mashu, Mr. Horsey, Mr. Napoleon, and that beautiful envoy, would you? If you are, that makes you my friend too. Is that how that works? Then yes, I guess that makes us friends. It's nice of you to say that, but you should step back a bit before you get hurt. Huh? In fact, you should go back inside. Tell the others to do the same. Okay. Go on, hurry. Alright, but what about you? I'll be fine. Now go. Quickly. Okay. You're not allowed to show up until the final, like, 10 minutes when you die. There we go. Now then, time for a little magecraft camouflage. Did they not see Cert at all? Oh. It's right there. A great tree of emptiness, stretching towards space. So it altered its existence again. Maybe it was like it was replanted? Yes, Cert didn't swallow the entire tree. Looks like he left most of its roots in the ground. And then, since the trunk wasn't completely cut down either, correct. That tree of emptiness must have been connected to its roots via special distortion with its Cert's body. How bizarre. Even I would struggle to accomplish such a thing. Yet for this massive tree is but one more means to ensure its survival. I wonder, just where did these trees of emptiness come from? Aliens. Have we not thought the same? Chaldeans of proper human history? We have. There's still so much we don't know about them. But I guess that's true for you too, scatach-skadi. You grew it despite not even knowing what it really was. Also, you could cover a world without humanity. What of it? I'll do whatever I must to protect my world. That should be abundantly clear by now. The same is true of you as well, Chaldeans of proper human history. Myself. Oh, she extended. I have always taken responsibility for deciding who to love and who to kill. The Spirit Origin Ascension, it's canon! No, it's not that. She isn't a servant, so her body isn't made out of ether. That means she has a spell that changes her clothes, gives her a ponytail. It's an ascension of her very existence. So even the heroic spirit enhancement method Chaldea's summoning system employs is another tool she can wield freely. They certainly do not exaggerate when they say gods are to be feared. Feared, you say? Now that you have defeated the fiery king of giants, I must see you as the true monsters, Chaldeans. Yeah, fair. Really? Looked to me like we had to scrounge together every last bit of help we could find, even then only just barely eked out a victory. But I guess that's not how you saw it, scatach-skadi. Da Vinci's right. We could never have hoped to defeat Cert all on our... Exactly. That is exactly what is so frightening. You walked at a razor's edge to accomplish the impossible, without even making you an ally of the counterforce. And is that not why, like, Cedo and I and Brando and stuff were here? Then again, perhaps that is due to you forming so many bonds here, despite opportunities to do so on my land being so thin on the ground. Your Majesty. Silence. Do not weaken my resolve. Whenever you speak, you evoke images of proper human history's myths. But they are no such myths here. I have no such storied past. This is the only world where my Scandinavia exists. I'm sure you cannot think of it as home. If you were to take up residence here, then I could continue to love you as your god, your queen, and your mother. But that can never be. You will no doubt continue your journey. You always have and you always will. You will destroy the Lost Spots in order to restore your own world. So, say no more. It would make no difference. At least allow me one last word, Your Majesty. Everything you say is correct. You are walking the path you must follow, just as we are. I only wish it didn't have to come to this, though we might have walked together, rather than separately. Hey, like, before we kill her, can we go, like, get the paper moon? Like, we never actually got it, I think. Indeed. But that can never be. Ortland. You call on my goddess and protector? What will you do? You're free to choose whichever side you prefer. I'll follow my mind wherever it takes me. Just as Brynhild, Thud, Hild, and now you have said to. You are scatach-skadi, the one who inherited this land from my father. I'll fight by your side of my own free will. What is your command? Prepare for battle. We'll protect this tree with our lives. Understood. You hear that, Chaldea? Can you hear the cries of those birds flapping their wings overhead? Oh yeah, I heard them. Should you defeat me and cut down that tree, I shall tell you what they truly are. Don't suppose there's any way we could avoid this battle? Nope, not a chance. This won't be the last time this sort of thing happens. What are the birds? Are they like Kristaria's familiar? It's just like she said, we have to take responsibility for what we're doing. You understand that, right, Mashu? Horsey? Yeah, I knew that going in. Indeed. Let me ask you this. How many humans live in your proper human history? Several million? Tens of millions? Hundreds? Then again, I suppose if one includes the lives of flora and fauna, it'd be innumerable. You could just say 7 billion people. We don't have to include the plants. I see. So that is the responsibility you shoulder as you seek to end my lost belt. Question mark? Very well. What was up with Holmes there? Then for the love I bear for my 10,000 subjects, I'll take those millions, billions, that unfathomably vast number of lives, with my own hands. I will not let this miracle wither away. Miracle. I see. So that's how you think of this land. For you, this lost belt, the approximately 2,000 years it has known peace, is truly a miracle, isn't it, Your Majesty? Then you know. You've known all along. You're fully aware that this lost belt's existence is both abnormal and unnatural. What's more, you knew so well before the crypto came along and informed your proper human history. You knew? Even before you knew about proper human history? Seems like I cannot put anything past you, wise sage. Perhaps those piercing eyes of yours in fact surpass Odin's? Mystic eyes, perchance? No, that is not it. They're merely a reflector of wisdom born of human history's cumulative accomplishments. Yes, you are right. I knew everything. It was supposed to be pruned away. My Scandinavia, my world, the path my people walk, was destined to disappear from human history. We were not to perish in Ragnarok gone mad. We had already survived those days of flame. Those days may have ended once the gods had sacrificed themselves to transform Surt into the false sun. But we precious few lives that remained found ourselves in a world that had lost far too much. Even so, we did our best with what we had. After much struggle and suffering, we began to build a new life. And then, humanity, erased us. It had all been for nothing. My love, my hopes, my wishes, my dreams, all of them were gone. All in less than half a year after Surt sealed away, and his broken Ragnarok stopped. Humanity decided in my land where humans and gods lived together who did not deserve to exist. As far as human history was concerned, the path we were taking after surviving the flames was evil. But then, something unexpected happened. An impossible 3,000 years came and went. I did not know whether the Tree of Emptiness was responsible for that paradox. Can you hear that? Hey, a car alarm outside. Hold on, I'm going to stop talking to see. It looks like you can hear it. There's just more beeps now. There's another one. Oh, maybe it's a band. It's like dun, 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 dun. Oh, pop, 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 pop. That's like the guitar. Pop, 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 pop. And then the pop, 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 pop. This is gonna be my new rap album. I'll get the recording. Okay, I think that car alarm stopped. I do not know whether the Tree of Emptiness was responsible for that paradox, that miracle. But what I do know, perfect timing to cut it since the epic music just started, is that my land was reborn on this planet, and in the modern day. It was a feat greater than any authority could accomplish, a miracle neither I nor Odin could achieve. And so I will not let that miracle fade away. If I must take unfathomable numbers of lives to preserve it, then so be it. I shall consider each and every one my sworn enemy. Your Majesty. Silence. No more talk. Consider this lament my declaration of war. 3,000 years. Still I remain powerless to support more villages beyond those created in that first 6 months. All this time, and I still have only saved 100 villages, a mere 10,000 humans. I cannot even let any of them live to old age. For my love and snow can only extend my authority to the point before the first signs of spring arrive. Indeed, that archer spoke the truth. This last spot has no future, no tomorrow. Though it may be peaceful, free of conflict and love, and evil, it will never be any more than that. It has no power to change, to develop. No doubt this pathetic state of affairs will continue for thousands upon thousands of years. My love is not enough. Spring will never come. Life will never flourish. But I will not give up. I'll never simply resign myself to this fate. For 3 millennia, I've devoted my power to suppressing Surt's fires. But now that Surt is gone from this lost belt, my power should suffice to bring hope to my land. So I withdraw my love, and instead offer you death. Oh, yeah, I agree, Paul. You would save your humanity, then kill me. Kill me and cast us aside, how to answer proper human history. I don't want to defeat you, but I will. Raising Order X output, switching to combat mode, Bunker Bolt standing by. Preparing to engage this last belt's king, scatach-skadi, commencing demolition of the Tree of Emptiness. Okay. Okay, so I figured, like, usually I just save this for the end of the lost belt, but I figure, well, let's do it now. You know, just talk about Götterdämmerung as a whole. I think it is Okay, obviously, the ending could still change things, but I don't think it will. I think it is weaker than Lost Belt 1, but not by too big of a degree. Like, I think Lost Belt 1 is about on par with, like, Camelot and Babylonia. I'd put Lost Belt 2, like, on par with, like, America, or, like, Okeanos. Which, like, are still good, they're just not, they're just not that good. Also, we're totally focusing Ortland here, since she can kill us with her normal phantasm. Skadi cannot. Oh, she's gonna spam it. It's that awkward thing where I don't know if I use Merlin's in this or Waver's Crit. Oh. Anyway, yeah. Definitely weaker than Lost Belt 1. I think Anastasia just had a lot going for it, especially its cast. It had a very big cast, but very few of them actually felt like superfluous to the story. Like Beowulf, I guess, and I think Anastasia could have used more time herself, but that's it. Everything else just worked really well, I think. Well, with here, like, Brynhild didn't do much. Cedo 9 did, like, nothing. So far, at least. Well, Brynhild had a reason to exist for Ortland as a character, even if Ortland didn't do much. I mean, Hercules was there for some reason. I mean, I think one thing this Lost Belt did do better than Lost Belt 1. The Cryptor? It's one time, yeah, okay. I'm making sure. Cadoc was very, I wasn't too into him. But I feel like Ophelia was actually a pretty good character. I wasn't expecting that from her, actually. Like I said, I expected a totally different like character archetype, but she's actually just an incredibly awkward person who, just was kind of there. I don't think she's like the standout of this last, but that's obviously Napoleon. But she got her moments. Let's go for a triple noble phantasm. Yeah, okay. Yeah, like, what's the main theme in this Lost Belt? Love? Or, like, it also really likes juxtapositions. Like fire and ice, that's the obvious one. I think life and death to a lesser degree. And, I mean... How would you... What was, like, the point of, like, this Lost Belt's, like, civilization, like, their humanity? They're 10,000 people who just kind of live until they're so old. Like, what's that trying to say? Like, I guess you could compare it to the Yaga back in Lost Belt 1, who they had to fight to survive, but also, they don't really have, like, I think, actually, it was a point of the Lost Belt, they don't have, like, a culture, right? Like, it was the first time, like, they had, like, music and stuff. Because they're always too busy trying to survive. Well, in here, they don't have to try to survive, they just kind of live. And die. Kind of work than taking care of. Oh, we got big crits. Hold on, yeah. Let's do that. Okay, sorry. Where was it? Oh yeah, let's talk about, like, again, this humanity. It didn't spend, like, hardly at all, like, spent very little time on them. Like, they were introduced back in, like, chapter 4 or 5, and, we came back once, said hello to Gerda, and that's it. I think they should have spent, well, I mean, the point is that they don't really have, like, I guess, individualism here. They just kind of exist here. Which, I mean, I guess that's why I didn't spend more time on them. But I mean, I would have liked to see more of Gerda, obviously. Because Potsy was a huge part of why I liked Lost Belt 1 so much. I mean, who didn't love Potsy? Come on. And, I mean, obviously, let's talk about, like, the characters now. Like, Napoleon, obviously, standing out of this Lost Belt, he was awesome. He fulfilled. He took Obise Brown's shoes, put them on, and they fit just right. I hope Lost Belt 3 has a similar character. I think... I know some of the cast. Like, of our side. I know Jin Kang is a prominent character in it, so maybe she does? No, I don't even know, though. But we'll see. We're all stunned. Yeah. Then, I mean... Skadi, I already talked about Ophelia being great. Skadi was alright. I like that she actually got screen time compared to Ivan, who was just kind of there, you know, at the end. But I do... I think you could argue Ivan's the better character, though. I'm not going to make that argument, but I think you could make that argument. Let's do this. And... I mean, are there any other characters worth talking about? Like Gerda, I guess, but... She was cute. I feel like we're going to see a bit more of her at the end, obviously. But... It kind of started out like she's going to have, like, some profound character development. And, you know, with us being like, oh, hey, doesn't it suck that you have to die when you grow up? Or at all? Which, I mean, wasn't that kind of just, like, cruel of us to, like, stop them from dying? Because, you know, we're going to kill them anyway. But I mean, obviously I get why they Mashu and Guro did that from a character standpoint, but from, you know, a third person perspective like mine, it's just, you know. I mean, Cert as a character, he was there. If you compare him to Ivan, Ivan wins 100%. Cert was very there, and I guess he helped express, you know, the story's themes, I guess, but that's it. See, I didn't prepare this in advance at all, so we got a lot of ahs. Go for that. What else is there? Like, Brynhild, I thought we'd be getting a lot more of her. Same with Sigurd, honestly. They both had cool scenes, but I feel like if they wrote them out of the story, it still progressed pretty much the same. Oh, I am glad they showed up still. I like both of them well enough, so... Don't kill her. Aw, she killed. What was my backline? Mashu and who? Hercules! You have to say Hercules like that. Pop all his skills because I don't want him getting critted to death. And let's do this too, just in case. Yeah. Okay. Oh no, I misclicked! Mistapped! Oh, and I didn't get the crit either! I missed the 100% crit! Dang it. Oh wow. She'll die next turn. Why was Hercules here? And why was Cedonai here, honestly? Like, did she do anything? Other than, like, talk and be best girl, obviously, but, like... Okay, so she met us in prison, gave us a little bit of exposition, and then shows back up at the end. It's like, oh yeah, I'm staying on the ground, up and out, woohoo. Maybe they're like, oh hey, we want to add Cedonai to the Halloween event. Can you put her in? Sakurai? I think it's Sakurai who wrote this. Sakurai's like, yeah, sure, whatever. Okay, I did look it up. Like I said, it's a caster tree. Oh, no dialogue at the end of battle there. I guess we'll get it here. Okay, now this is a good time for Merlin. This guy's skills are kind of not great, but let's do this. Switch out for, I think Maeve here would be good. Yeah, do I want to switch Hercules out for, like, do I have a single target rider? It's 4-star? Kentoki? Or Kentoki's good, right? I don't really use him much though. I think Hercules will come in clutch if we need him. Okay. Oh. We're just fighting the tree. Oh yeah, I didn't really talk about this, but the story had pretty big pacing issues actually. So the beginning was very slow. Up until we met Gurdon, which it was still slow, and then Napoleon showed up and it picked up a little. Then, you know, we meet Skadi. I think that period of time is paced pretty fine. Then, you know, we go to the dungeon, meet Sidonine. It's fine. Go and meet Brynhild, that's fine. But after we meet Brynhild, you know, we go Sigurd, and then the whole Cert stuff. I feel like the Cert arc was, well, so the beginning and everything after like Cert was introduced was kind of paced weirdly. Oh, Tree has awakened. Big Tree. What song? Is this a different song than Scandinavian Tree of Emptiness? Okay. What are these buffs? Decrease HP recovery for all enemies to yourself every turn, and decrease NP gain for all enemies to yourself every turn. It's not cool if you do. Wait, we never used hero creation last time, did we? Okay, let's go nuts. Yeah, I mean, yeah, so I think it's fair to say this is around an America tier Lost Belt. Although I think I liked America more, their writing quality is about the same. Who wrote America? It was Hikashida, right? I think he also wrote Okeanos. But this is still Sakura. If it is Sakura who wrote this, I think it is. Especially since, you know, Brynhild's here. But assuming she did write it, it's her best Grand Order story so far. I guess I just don't really like her writing, at least fate-wise. I still haven't really read Ignanok. I read one chapter like 3 years ago. So I mean, I don't have much to go by. I've also heard that her prose is like special, which obviously probably doesn't translate well into English. I've heard that like her and Yomiya Tanaka are like special prose. Prose? I don't know which one it is. Nobody says that word out loud. They only type it to sound smart. Also, this guy is dying a lot easier than the last one did. Was it just because I brought the wrong classes last time? Or no, right? Wasn't our backline like just a bunch of savers I want to bond on? I think that's it. So when Vlad died, if I'm remembering it. Anyway, yeah, I think that's all I have to say about the Lost Belt, unless the ending gives me more to talk about. I'm excited to see Lost Belt 3. I'm probably going to do the prologue tonight. Well, I don't know if I'll actually get on to Sin or not. Which is the name of the next Lost Belt, I think? Or Shin? I heard that they translated it as Q-I-N instead of S-I-N. They may have changed it though? I forget. Okay, this guy is dying fast. Won't die next turn because our buffs are out, but he'll be going soon enough. Yeah, the Christmas event, I started it. I didn't know the day like the pre-start story that I got locked out, but I think the new story's out today. Don't need to do that. Bradamont? I don't know how to say her name. Her personality is not really what I thought it was. I thought she was gonna be more Astolfo-y. It's not. Also, Quetzalcoatl's fun. She's not my favorite character, but she's definitely like a... She's in like my top 10% of characters, I'd say. Right? Grand Order specifically. Because if we include all of it, like, you know, there's a lot of characters that I'm not really a fan of, but I still like a lot of Fate Zero characters, honestly. Like, I think I like Waver. He'd be in like my top like 5%. Other than that, like, you know, like Kirtsugu. I guess I'd kept Kiri in there, but I consider him a Stay Night character. What else is here? Oh, Ixander, obviously. And then I'd also include like some Apocrypha characters and stuff in there, like... Vlad. Oh, this is Grand Order. Oh, what's Shishigo? Wait, Sisigo? I don't know how his name's translated. Because in Japanese they don't have the C sound, they have shi. Shi. Not C. So sometimes when like C comes up in a name, they have to use she instead of C. Even though they mean C. Anyway, I haven't seen you in a while. She got her anyway. I haven't used her at all this hospital, I think, though. So I haven't gotten to use that. Go for it, Maeve. But yeah, I'm hoping Lost Belt 3 has a bigger cast. I think that was probably the weakest thing in comparison to Lost Belts 1 and 2. Like in 1, you had, you know, all these allies helping you out. And in here, you had a couple. Obviously, more characters doesn't mean, like... It's not, you know, quantity over quality, but... I think it would help. You do it, Maeve. Yeah. So... I'm kinda tired. Just stretch while Maeve does her thing. Kill it? No. Maybe. Oh. Also, Gordolf was pretty cool this chapter. Like, Holmes was just kind of absent here, same with Da Vinci, but Gordolf got some cool scenes. Like, he married him how he was, like, in, you know, Lost Belt 1, or even the prologue. Tonight. Oh yeah, the birds. Hey, birds. Who are you? Well done. But to think I'd lose so decisively. Could not even protect Ortland. Is she dead already? I knew it. I was far too weak to serve as queen. I don't understand. Why didn't you tell us you had barely recovered any magical energy after our battle with Cert? Why did you find us while you were so weakened? We were completely healed. What about the Death Yun? You could have inscribed the same spell into us that Cert used, but my pride would not permit it. I'm obligated to protect this land and all lives that dwell within. I must heal the wounds Cert inflicted upon this land. I must repair the village he destroyed, and treat those whom we injured. I never had much magical energy to spare for my battle with you. Ah, there they are. Look up at the sky. I shall tell you those birds' names. They are the holy ravens who served Odin. Oh, okay. Odin's familiars? Then they must be Hugin and Munin. Two of the greatest familiars to ever exist. Oh, cool. They're legendary divine beasts named after thought and memory who are said to look upon the whole world every morning. Cursed Odin. You may have kept giving me chances right to the end. But it seems he had Hugin and Moonin guide all of you as well. How very like him. He never was willing to guide me. Okay. We're just scrambling now? It's the last arrow, right? Yep. Let's see how this goes. Take your time, Paul. I'm assuming Skadi's already disappeared. Or dead? I mean, she's not a servant, so. The tree of emptiness began to collapse. Ordinarily, it would not have fallen so easily. In fact, it should have been impossible to destroy it without the help of a particular external factor. What? At least, that was the Queen's understanding. What external factor? And yet, here it was, falling apart, vanishing into the very air. Perhaps it had grown brittle by virtue of Surt having assimilated it. Whatever the reason may be, the tree of emptiness was disappearing. Soon, this last spell would cease to be, even if no one would be present to see it happen. Most of the Queen's spells hiding the tree were still in effect. No human would see its destruction. But they would hear a tremendous sound split the air. They'd feel a sudden tremor shaking all of Scandinavia. The cacophony of a towering colossus crumbling to the ground, the shaking at the loss of the very foundations of the world. Only those who survived such destruction were privy to these awful phenomena. The animals who lived in the rifts between fire and ice, the giants who still remained, and the roughly 10,000 humans, all closed their eyes and felt the sensations wash over them. The strange sound and shaking must be a sign that something is about to happen. But what could it be? Allow me to offer you one last gift, Chaldeans. I shall tell you the name of the tree of emptiness that was meant to take root in my lost belt. It's Kotomine Hire. It is called Sombrero. Pardon me? Let's go to the thumbnail. Sombrero. It's when I lived through the Age of Gods, that name means nothing to me. It still means something to you, stargazers of proper human history. I'm assuming sombrero means something else, but you know, the hat. Don't go count hands. As you have defeated us. As you have defeated us, you must cross the ocean of dead ice and flame, the countless corpses of our hopes and dreams, and be on your way. You know, if you would have just given us Paper Moon back, wouldn't have come to this. Okay, so I'm not too sure what's going on, but I think we'll all just do what we're told. See, this morning an envoy gave us a message from the goddess. She said we should all go back to our homes and go to sleep, even though it's not nighttime. She never said go to sleep. Once we do, we'll never wake up again. Oh, did Eden say that? She said not to be afraid. It's just what we have to do to fix all the damage that huge giant caused. And if the goddess said so, it must be true. Still, when I think about Lady Mashu, Mr. Horsey, and Mr. Napoleon, I still want my breakfast! And the beautiful envoy, Mr. Chubb and Fall, and how... Well, once I fall asleep, I'll never get to see them again, right? Thinking about that makes me... I don't know. It's so strange. I don't know what to call it. It's like there's something squeezing my heart that makes me want to cry. Isn't that weird? Not even heard anywhere. This is all our fault. We could have just been like, you know, hey Gerda, thanks for giving us food. See ya. Well, we had to change her worldview. There they go. Goodbye, Shadow Border. Safe travels. Hope fortune is kind wherever you go. I'm a pseudo-servant using a human body as a host. Shouldn't I be able to disappear when this last boat goes away? I guess this is stepmother's doing. How strange. I already miss her a bit, even though she's not my real mother. Maybe Freya's influence. Then again, she wasn't a bad person. Wish I could have talked to her a little more. Perhaps that's why I miss her. Yeah, that must be it. All of you Valkyries did great delivering Stepmother's last commandment. Thanks for all your help. I know your master is gone, but I hope you can rest easy now. See you later. My best girl. See you next year in Only Land. A newly ordained day. A newly ordained time. After the envoy had delivered the goddess's newest commandment, quiet spread throughout the settlement. Nobody was to go outside. Everyone was to stay in their homes and beds. They were told not even to open their windows. Make your bedrooms as dark as possible, close your eyes, and go to sleep. It was the strangest commandment anyone had ever heard. Now, most people went along with it, since it was the word of the goddess. In fact, here in Village 23, there's only one person not sleeping peacefully inside her home. She wondered what might happen to her for not obeying the commandment. Would she be cast outside the village, squished by giants? She certainly didn't want that. Still, she couldn't help it. She wasn't able to fall asleep, and she couldn't shake the strange and growing sense of foreboding from her thoughts. So she decided to go outside. Her heart started to pound with trepidation. What if she'd get to see her new friends again? With high hopes, the girl opened her door and stepped outside. Huh? There was no one there. Her new friends, who'd survived the wilds outside the village and even battled envoys, were not present. There was no one, anywhere. She was crestfallen. She thought back to her new friends. She remembered their animal companion. That cute, fluffy creature that used to hop around everywhere it went. Was it a dog? A horse? A force? It wasn't much, but thinking about it helped cheer her up. So she decided to try copying it, to hop around the way it used to. And hop. She jumped lightly towards the sky. That same moment, a gust of wind blew through the village, warm and gentle as a spring breeze. It may have been the same wind blowing across the world's bleached landscape, or it may have been a wind that used to travel throughout proper human history. And then, the girl was gone. She vanished as though carried off by that wind, before her feet could even touch the ground again. In the blink of an eye, she was somewhere far, far away, along with the rest of that Scandinavia. All that remained in the wind was her smile. I'm not crying. You're crying. Oh. Eternal Icy Fire Sentry Götterdämmerung. Cosmos Denial. Okay, so is that it? Sometime in 2017. Is it gonna be affiliate? Yeah. I just wanted to introduce myself again. My name's Mashuki Raylight, right? Sorry to just barge in on you like this. We never really got a chance to talk during the meeting. That's alright. It's nice to meet you. You too. My name's Ophelia from Rossalon. I remember. You're from the Clock Tower's Evocation Department, however you say that. Yes, that's my official department anyway. I guess it would be weird to say I'm kind of relieved, huh? Question mark? I mean, there just aren't many women on Team A, right? I don't have a problem with men or anything. But it's still a little nerve-wracking to suddenly be surrounded by them when you're eating lunch. Yeah, it's... only other female is... Hinako, right? I... see? Sorry. Guess I rambled a bit there, didn't I? What do you, Would you like to eat with us? Oh my gosh, I mean me and Pepe. Sure. If you don't mind me being there, I'd love to join you. So Ophelia and Pepe are like the nice people, right? I don't know about Pepe. Like, he seems nice from what we've seen so far, but I don't trust that JoJo's character. We're just about to leave Scandinavia behind entirely. Looking at our current coordinates, we just passed the Sjan Fjord on the west of the Scandinavian peninsula. Should only be about 20 kilometers until we reach the North Sea. Sure about this? Still not seeing any water at all. Oh, Yeah! wrong? Why have you all gotta be such downers? Seem more cheer at a funeral. Look, I know how you all feel, okay? I'm just as bummed as the rest of you. But that doesn't change the fact that someone's still gotta step up and steer this thing. Now come on, director. Going to the North Sea or not? Alright. North Sea. Yes, that will do. I hate to leave like this again. What could I have said? Even had I seen her before we left. I cannot possibly wish her a long and happy life. But still, as an adult, can't help but feel I should have said something to her. Those flowers she gave me, our entire village, they're all gonna disappear, just like Russia, aren't they? Did Gerda give him flowers? Yes, they are. That is true. We know now that this is what it is to fight these lost bots. They are hypothetical worlds that came to sudden ends after human history itself deemed them unnecessary. Neither their inhabitants nor their civilizations did anything wrong. Their world simply differed from ours and eventually reached an impasse. I'd even say we were fortunate that Russia and Scandinavia were the first lost spots we encountered. Why, you ask? Because the people who dwelled there were friendly to us, of course. That alone has been a tremendous boon to our efforts, but we cannot expect that good fortune to continue. It is quite possible that in the next lost spot we encounter, we'll find ourselves up against every living thing that inhabits it. Must be wary of such a worst case scenario. But it isn't the future that has me depressed. Have you no heart, man? Even I understand what it is we need to do. That no amount of wringing our hands will change that. I know this is simply a competition for survival. Saving one side inevitably means destroying the other. So, I see no harm in looking back a little bit. After all, they don't have that luxury now. I may be a cold-blooded aristocrat and the embodiment of elitism itself, but even I can't easily forget that we just wiped an innocent young girl out of existence. I mean, and like, 9,999 other innocent people. Mr. Gordolf. Hate to say it, but he's right. Maybe we just shouldn't get involved with these lost boat people at all if it's just going to turn out to be so depressing every time. Now that would be the coward's way out. That is what you're going to say, isn't it, Horsey? Don't go there, French cookie boy. Just because it's easy to kill someone you don't know doesn't make it right. That's just avoidance. All you're doing is choosing not to face an unpleasant truth. That's not how war is meant to be fought. I mean, you should only fight those you know well. Otherwise you risk your moral compass losing its center. Of course, everyone has their own way of facing their responsibility. In Horsey's case, I'd say he's the type to try and get to know his opponent as well as possible, so that he never forgets them. It's going off the text box. So pretending not to see them is actually even harder than facing them directly. Rather, the price of doing so is your own humanity, huh? Wait, Da Vinci? What are you doing? Don't you need to be operating the border? Preparing a zero sail? Oh, relax. Now that the Tree of Emptiness has been destroyed, the storm warrior on this lost boat is gone. We won't need to go zero sailing anytime soon. Anyway, let's recheck. The Wandering Sea should be somewhere in the North Sea, far from the coast. So let's just enjoy this road trip until... Huh? What's up with the alarm? Why are you asking me? You don't know. How could you possibly expect me to... What? The heck is this? Spatial fault 300 meters up ahead, showing up as blue on the map. It's the ocean. Heading straight for the ocean. Hold your breath, everyone. Catch fucking boy? Not seeing what the big fuss is about. Believe me, I wish I were kidding. Oh crap, I can't hit the brakes in time. Everyone brace for impact. 3, 2, 1, get ready for a drop. I'm assuming this has to do with the Wandering Sea. Ow, 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 my aching back. Hasn't hurt this bad since my brakes failed on that hill. What's going on here, Mooney? Felt like at least a 10-meter drop. Director? Not now, boy. Hurry up and sit down before another impact throws us for. The window! Look at the window! Out the window? What are you talking about? That is the sea. It's raining. Did we drive into a whole other world when I wasn't looking? Nothing but clear skies as far as the eye could see just a moment ago. Technical advisor, Da Vinci. Just to be sure, the border can navigate a real sea just as well as it can the void sea, right? You did design it for every conceivable scenario, didn't you? Stormy sea should be nothing compared to void space, right? While we're on the subject, I have something of an announcement to make. I can't swim! Okay, look, Gordy. Traveling through void space and traveling through real water are completely different tasks that require completely different functionality. The border might be able to get through the Strait of Dover, but it's not designed to weather this. Now I've got an announcement of my own. Estimate the border has about an hour until it sinks. So back the heck up and get us back on land. Now, French cookie boy, come on, hurry. Once we reach the coast, we can waterproof the border better and wait until the storm dies down. Yeah, just one problem. There's no land to go back to. We're smack in the middle of the North Sea. Then, does that mean we're all gonna end up fish food? I don't think there's any fish left. Da Vinci, can we still initiate a zero sail here? Surely that must be preferable to sinking to our deaths. We can't. The formulas won't be stable enough on water. I have to rewrite the software from scratch. Ah, dang it. Must be leaking somewhere. Oh, Tomlin? You're in the kitchen right now? Who? Check the storage room, quickly. I think you've got a leak in there. Tell the rest of the staff, too. Well, staff, pardon my French. Guess there's no easy way to say this, so I'm just gonna say it. Now don't freak out on me, but it's looking like we're all gonna die. Just when we'd proved we were cool enough to defeat Ivan the Terrible, it's Scatach the Goddess, too. Oh. She, like, hit her head. Stuck her tongue out. Da Vinci! You know, I feel like a spot of breakfast. I think I'll go for some seriously thick bacon right now. Delish. Full, bacon! Hang on, we're getting a call. Go ahead and open up a line, Mr. French Cookie Boy, and hurry. Da Vinci's no use to us right now. Right, on it. CQ, this is the Wandering Seas dock. You read me? That vessel, that'd be Chaldea's ship, right? I mean, not a ship. I see a tank. Rational, yes, very rational. A ship was unnecessary for a zero cell. I say, you have no sense for design. Might as well be a large metal coffin. Nothing's charming there at all. Be honest, you never would have made it back without my paper moon, would you? Her paper moon? Well, I'm assuming it's her. Still, fine job making it all the way here. Everything is proceeding within my calculations. It's coming from the Wandering Sea. But where? Where? Right in front of you. Oh, hang on. Let me clear the fog. Should be easier to see then. Proceed on your current course, though you may want to reduce your speed. Be sure to give thanks. Alright, this will be the first time in over 2,000 years that this island has revealed itself on a day other than December 31st. Why December 31st? Oh. An island? Was this close all along? I'm not seeing anything on the radar. So it would seem, this is a folklore defense. An imaginary world of the fairies, where fantasy is made manifest. A world that stands apart from our own. In the modern day, it's a mystic among mystics, said to only be possessed by ploy kickshaws? Whatever that is. Aw, is that the voice of a professor? Type on the same level as me, I hear? Well, that is a welcome development. We'll get on just fine. Welcome to the Primordial Magecraft Workshop, the Bald Anders of the Wandering Sea. My name is Sion Eltnam Sokaris. I'm a Spiritron hacker who escaped to the Wandering Sea when I predicted that the world was about to end. I've been waiting for you. Being the Atlas Institute's last remaining member, the Wandering Sea's higher-ups entrusted me with the project of righting this bleached Earth problem. Okay. So if you're not familiar, Sion is a character from Melty Blood. I think her last name might be different, or her middle name. It's one of those. Like, I remember, like, I vaguely know about Sion. I only read through one round of Melty Blood, so I'm familiar with her, but I'm not overtly familiar with her. You guys probably know her from Carnival Phantasm. Purple Girl, all according to my calculations. You know the one. For the Backway Alleyway Alliance. Girl amidst the flowers has been said. Intro. The exam text better not make me cry. Let's lock this. I found out apparently these get added to the story gacha, so you can actually limit break them. I didn't understand what you were talking about, so I don't think this is an appropriate response, but I think it's wonderful to be able to grow old and do anything you want. The idea is so surprising to me. I can't even imagine something like that at all. This is all so new to me. This is an image of a dream, a world that will never be seen, a world that will never be, yet you still envision it. The sight of this girl, slightly older than before, surrounded by flowers. I hate it. Get me out of here. Yeah, guys, so we finished Lost Belt 2. Yeah, I think I've said everything I wanted to say in the battles. And I have free quests now. Are there any interludes here? I don't see any. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time with some more Fate Guide Order. I'm gonna get started on Lost Belt 3 Getaway. I want to at least finish the prologue tonight, and I still want to try to finish this Lost Belt before New Year's. We'll see if I can do that though. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I hope you check out, well, me doing Lost Belt 3. See you guys then. Bye.